to the Freak Show. Bumpy McSquigums here. I want to thank you all for joining me as I continue with my Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity, The White March. We are going to go bear hunting here in a moment. I have changed the keyboard configurations a bit, guys and gals, so bear with me if I make several mistakes due to that. I've also changed my formation, putting him as the frontliner. In fact, I think I'm going to actually move these guys just a bit further back. And yeah, we'll see how this all plays out. Anyhow, everything should be a little bit more normal for me, at least. And yeah, we're going to go see if we can't kill the bear. I don't know that we can or can't, but that's okay. Now, one of the things I noticed in Pillars of Eternity 2 that I actually really like a whole heck of a lot is the fact that they did away with the thing that I always thought was kind of strange a little. Like, I understand why they did it, and I don't hate it. I just never cared for it. Like, if it didn't exist, I would have probably liked it better. But if you take a look down here, we have endurance and we have health. Now, I've never been a fan of this setup. Again, I understand, yes, it allows us to have to manage our supplies so we can camp, and therefore, you know, we can't just keep going and going. Like, it's an okay mechanic that was added. I don't hate it. I don't begrudge them. Like, I get it. But that doesn't mean I have to like it, right? So endurance is essentially your HP or your health in battle. So when you're going through and you're fighting, you drop, in my case, a player named Gus's case here, we drop 66 HP. That means we are knocked out of the battle. We're just laying on the ground. And then say we survive the battle with the other people, we come back. That means we're going to heal up whatever HP is missing. So whatever endurance is missing. So we'd heal up 66 of them. Or say we had 2 left, we'd heal up 64. Then we would have 200 or 198 left, depending on which one you went with. Anyway, like I said, it's an interesting game mechanic. I don't dislike it passionately. I just don't like it. It was unnecessary in my opinion. But, again, I get it. Anyway, it doesn't seem like they have that in Pillars of Eternity 2. So, it might just be because it's in the early backer stage of the game and the beta and whatnot. But it does appear they did away with it. And I have to say, I am a big fan of that because I always thought that was a bit strange. I don't know how this is going to go. I have a bad feeling that we are going to absolutely get annihilated horribly and look really foolish in the process. But, I mean, maybe not. Maybe we'll be okay. Maybe we'll... Ooh, the Crucible of the Soul. Watcher unravels the vital essence of his or her enemies, gaining endurance in the process. Cool. Alright, we have Dancing Bolts. I guess we'll cast that as well.
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna slow the game down if I can remember what button I had tied to that. We don't really have like a good heal per se. This is based just around me, right? There's the max. Okay, so I need to move my character closer to you. It's fine anyway. I mean, I have to be within melee range to do most of what we're doing. So we're gonna go super crazy mode. Let's go. And let's just start mauling this fool. I'm pretty sure we'll be okay. I'll throw out another of my missiles here.
Lava will be on sea.
The bear is near death, and the bear is dead. So we were able to defeat the bear. I wasn't positive. I really wasn't. I was actually quite nervous. I did not know whether or not I could defeat it. Hey. So there we go. We got the bear hide. It looks like we're gonna be able to go and see what happened with the souls up here. And maybe this is going to be that catalyst that we need to trigger whatever's supposed to happen with his wife and his friend. Because I think we'll find out a bit more about it moving forward. Alright, there's a great sword there. It's slashing and piercing versus slashing and crushing. I'll keep it. I will keep that just in case. Alright. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Lost Spirit. A figure drifts, suspended in the musty air of the cavern. Its form and features blur and twist in cascading ripples of incandescence. You feel its energy eddying about your limbs, filling them with a heavy chill. We're reaching out. You reach out a hand for the spirit. In the moment of contact, you feel as if you have been struck by a blow, head reeling as you tumble helplessly into a waiting darkness. Light blooms on the edges of your vision. You feel the sun at your back and the weight of a bow in your hand. You know, suddenly, that you have come a long way from the Vale hunting deer. Now you are standing before a cavern, and the darkness extends far into its depths. Even so, your friend strides out before you, his red cloak flapping at his heels. You follow, heart hammering in your chest, as he leads you deeper into the cavern. There is a roar like thunder echoing around you. Fear seizes you, casts you stumbling backwards toward the exit, towards the light and escape. You see a glint of steel, and there is a sudden terrible flash of agony behind your knee. You scream, stumble, and fall. Your thoughts are chaos lanced through with pain, but in a moment of terrible clarity you see your friend look back from the mouth of the cavern, his dagger daubed in crimson to match his cloak. And then there is a great, dark shape above you, and then there is more pain. The vision recedes, and you are thrown back into yourself with seemingly resentful force. The corpse lies at your feet, and the specter lingers. And the span of energy between you both, you feel a sense of questioning, of confusion, of anger. You were betrayed, only a fool couldn't see it coming. I met him on the road, your friend. A sudden lashing anger emanates from the spirit. Rage and grief seem to pour from the gleaming figure, like smoke. I'll find him and see if he answers for what he has done to you. For a moment the spirit seems to burn bright, and your head fills with sickly triumph. The spirit seems to weaken with the force of its own exaltation, growing fainter and fainter until you are alone once more. Okay, well, that was awful. Looks like we're going to be heading back to town after all, ladies and gents, which I'm okay with.
You must gather
your party before venturing forth. Constitution affects endurance and health of the character, and their ability to eat hot chili. For without endurance, the spiciness would overcome them both. Wait, what? I don't know. It's fine. Alright, let's speed this up a little bit. Run like the wind! Oh, there's a tent flap. I missed that. Shame on me. There is a paper that we're going to read. My dear Nonton, please be safe. Know that, whatever happens, I love you still. Okay. Well, somebody has something to answer for in the Gilded Vale. Man, we are so far away from that place. We're 8 hours out. That's crazy sauce. Well, that's okay. Yes, many aspects of the interface and display can be adjusted to your personal preferences in the option menu, along with keyboard bindings and things of that nature, which I am pretty happy about, by the way. Alright, we're going to go and talk with you, wonderful, wonderful people. Alright. Prepare to die.
Greetings.
Hello again. Ingroed smiles. I hope Gilded Vale has been kind to you. Yeah, I know what really happened in that bear cave, Nonton. The color drains from Nonton's face. I don't know what you mean. I told you the truth of it. Are you accusing him of something? Ingroed looks to Nonton, touching his arm. If this is about the accident, we're both grieving Pearlie's loss, but it was a wild animal's doing. Nonton shakes his head minutely. You see a tremble in his hand. What would make you suggest such a thing? Well, I had a vision in the cave, and I saw Pearlie's last moments, as he lived them. I saw you cut him with the knife. Why did you do it? He was your friend. Let's go with that one. Nonton hesitates, and then his expression darkens. My friend. He was a cruel enough man to his friends. You didn't know him. You wouldn't defend him if you did. His hand falls to his sword belt. Nonton, wait. And Groed raises a hand. I don't know what you saw in that cave, but this isn't what you think. Pearlie, my husband, he was as much a beast as that bear. I tried to leave the first time I suffered his temper, but he wouldn't have it. She looks away, expression pained. Nonton, we met, and I knew I'd found someone special, someone kind, who cared for me. Please, all we want to do is leave this place. To start somewhere else, She looks down at the satchels. We've some coin saved up. You can have it, if you only let us go. Huh. Well, this is quite the predicament, isn't it? They could be lying, but it's probably true? I don't know. No, whatever your reasons you caused a man's death, I'm taking this to the magistrate. Pearlie doesn't get a second chance. You two don't deserve one either. Keep the money. Use it to start a new life. I don't need your coin. Get out of my sight. You two don't deserve one either. He did cause a man's death, but... I'm so conflicted. I don't know. I'm going to try this one. I don't know what you think you'd tell the magistrate. A story about a dream you had? Nonton sneers. But you won't take this from us, not when we're so close. And not for that wretched Pearlie. Oh, he's going to fight us anyway. Well, we tried to stay above the law. Or, with the law, I guess. But that didn't really work. So, it looks like it's time for us to do some of the murders. I am totally okay with this. Alright. In addition to all the other horrible things that I'm sure we're going to do we have to rest every time we use spells? I think so. Unleash a bolt of magical 2 per encounter. Let's do that one. Alright. I feel like you guys didn't think this one through. Alright, I guess I will go into don't own me mode. I'm slightly hobbled right now. But he's slightly not alive anymore. 4-man, go! Well, vengeance from the grave is completed. Okay, well, there you go.
Of course.
It looks like we have a dagger, a sword, a minor ring of deflection. Okay, seems legit. Let's just claim the rest of the stuff. Alright, I'd like the minor ring of deflection for me, but I think I'm going to put it on our boy here. I think Eater, he gonna need it. Okay, well, that's a thing that we've done now, so...
I shall.
I don't know how I feel about that. Probably fine. But yeah, no, it's fine. It's totally okay. Not dangerous or deadly or problematic in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, no, it's good.
You must gather
All right,
a party before
let's
venturing
get out of
forth.
here. Did you know that we must gather our party before venturing forth? I knew this. Oh, wait. Before we left, I wanted to talk to the magistrate again. Perhaps he will be more friendly now that I'm really crazy. Or maybe we'll just kill
I
him.
have received confirmation that Lord Radric's heir was not born well.
That's unfortunate.
My lord has issued an injunction on all new homesteads until he can be assured that the village has been cleansed of all Aothasians and whatever other undesirables that have brought this curse upon his lands.
Aothasians. Interesting.
It would be best if you left town as soon as possible. I would suggest returning to your old home. There will be no place for you here. You may stay at the inn until you can make the necessary arrangements, but I would not advise remaining long. I expect Lord Radric will be most thorough in his efforts to purify this place.
I'd like to report a murder. The magistrate raises a brow. As is your duty. What has happened? The man called Nonton has killed his friend Pearlie out in the wilds. A cruel and cowardly deed, if indeed it occurred at all. What evidence do you have? I will go find some. These are not accusations to make lightly. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. It's important that everyone in Gilded Vale understand our rules. I'd like to know more about Gilded Vale. We're a frontier village, as are most settlements in the Deerwood. Gilded Vale hasn't grown much since its establishment in the colonial days. And the last 15 years have seen our population shrink further. He takes in the ramshackle houses and half-fallen fences. Hence our recruitment of fresh settlers. Indeed. Well, why has the population been shrinking? Waidwin's legacy, of course. Many women have had difficulty bearing healthy children as of late. A few years ago, Lord Radric decreed that no mothers of Hollowborn are to be allowed in Gilded Vale. His mouth tightens into a firm line. His lordship dealt swiftly with the objectors. It may be harsh, but if it purges us of this curse, is it not worth it? Tell me about those ruins behind the tree. That's what's left of the temple of Eothas. His lips pucker. Lord Radric forbade worship of the dead god after the Saints' War. It's been abandoned for almost 15 years, but there are plans to rededicate it to Barath. the god of life and death. Abandoned because some nice lord decided to pull it down because he was scared of its god even after it died. Barath's a good choice, though. I like it. Barath believes in cycles. I like to think that what happened to that temple will get repaid someday, too. Enough about the Vale. Tell me about Lord Raedric. He comes from a line of nobles who have defended these lands since Adiri times. Raedric II was an early supporter of the Dyrwooden independence during the Revolution, and the current lord's father perished in the Saints' War. Hollowborn began appearing in Dyrwood shortly after the war's end. Lord Raedric has taken it upon himself to purge the curse from Gilded Vale. His measures have been severe but necessary. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear to have been enough to protect his heir. The Saints' War. Our age's most egregious example of man's madness. 15 years ago, the people of Redceres, decided that Waidwen, their living saint, was the literal incarnation of the god Eothas. Urgient wrinkles his pinched nose. This supposed saint took it upon himself to liberate the Dyrwood, supposedly from allegiances to less worthy gods. But I've never known an army to conquer a land for its people's own good. The war lasted about a year, but you can guess what that year did to the worship of Eothas in the Dyrwood. Lord Raedric's forebears had all been Eothasians, but after his father fell defending us from those fanatics, he personally saw that the temple of Eothas here in town was shut down. He points at a few ruined walls near the tree. Okay. Sorry about that, guys and gals. I lost the rhythm there in the reading. This is outrageous. Then you should have no problem continuing on. Trust me when I say it would be best if you were not here when Lord Raedric's men are dispatched from his hold. They will be looking for anyone who might have brought the legacy upon us, whose very presence might have polluted his wife's womb. Yeah, they will extinguish all possibilities. Well, goodbye. Let's see if I can talk to him again.
Hey.
I'm talking to the wrong guy. Well,
Of course.
I wanted to find proof. Can I even do that? Is that a thing? Like, is that still in the quest journal here? Oh, boy. Against the grain. These are all things that I finished, I think? Fragments of the Scattered Fate. Speak with the Merewald. Alright, we're anywhere there. How about the Gilded Vale? Looks like most of these are done. Is there a way to... I thought there was a way to remove like finished quests. So right now, well, I guess it doesn't matter. All the ones that are grayed out are done. The ones that aren't... Okay, that makes sense. Okay, well, we can leave the Gilded Vale, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm going to have to gather my party in order to do so. Alright, we're going to head off to another area and probably get murdered there, because that's what we do, in the Eastern Wood, or the Estern Wood. Did you know you can queue a string of actions by holding down the Shift key while issuing commands? I actually had forgotten that, so that's good that that's there. Oh, it's been years since I played this. I am looking forward to hopefully being semi-successful. I know there's all sorts of bad Juju Magumbo that can go down, so... I'm expecting some problems to arise. Maybe not a tremendous amount, but definitely some. Oh, my stomach's making all sorts of horrible sounds. Enjoy that, ladies and gentlemen. It's like a random bear is just loose in the room. It's fine. I think I'm digesting myself or something. I don't know. It's fine. Oh, it's the Wicked. This is probably fine. Let's go take a look. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. Okay, well this is slightly less fine. What do we have for abilities? This is an AoE, right? Let's cast that up on you. Let's... Yeah, we could do a Blizzard. That's probably fine.
Hi. Aspect worth and rough.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be fine. They done got wrecked. But Eddard got beat down too. That's okay. We just managed to deal with a giant group of undead because, you know, we're amazing. That's what we do. Amazing things. Bit more exploratory stuff. It's fine. Anyone here? Anyone else want to come jump out of wherever and just murder us? Let's do some quick... okay, or not.
Hail and well met.
It's Kolsk. Oh, hold, sir, but a moment. A hooded man waits upon the road, clad in a green cloak. He strides forward to meet you as you approach, and at a closer distance his features are revealed for those of a younger man, though lined with weariness. He appears to be favoring his left leg as he walks, and there is a dark stain upon his fabric of his trousers under the knee. Even so, he greets you with a polite bow. I do not know your purpose in traveling this road, friend, but I would warn you against it. He gestures up the path with a sweep of his arm, for the keep beyond belongs to that tyrant which calls himself Lord of Gilded Vale. Like many tyrants, he has surrounded himself with stronger men and women for fear of retribution. The man smiles thinly. We should all welcome the assistance of a brave fellow such as yourself, but still I think you would fare better with some allies. Who are you? Only a man determined to see Gilded Vale restored to its former glory. There was a time, stranger, when Gilded Vale was worthy of its name. The crops gleamed like gold, and the village's people lived well. I don't know about the golden crops, but there were less flies, anyway. And what has become of it now? Whatever has caused the blight upon our lands, it is not the fault of its people. Raedric looks to punish us for crimes we have not committed, and in turn he is blind to his own. I am not, and he will pay for what he has done. I, Kolsk, swear it by the flame. And who is this tyrant? It's Raedric. He turns his head and spits upon the ground. He is Raedric the Seventh, descended from the great Adirian house that allied with Deerwood during the Revolution. The Raedrics have been stewards of the Gilded Vale ever since. They were once worthy of their charge. But no longer. The House of Raedric is led by an oppressor. An oppressor? An oppressor. An oppressor. One who believes that he can purge the curse of Waidwen's legacy from these lands through force and fire. You have seen the tree at the center of Gilded Vale. It has stood there since before the first house was raised, and now it is a testament to Raedric's cruelty. Every week there are more bodies. He shakes his head. We must put an end to it. Thank you for the warning. Perhaps you could come with me. I sorely wish that I could, but I would only hinder you further. One of Raedric's lickspittles slipped a dagger into my leg before he fell. May he be half so lucky in the next life. He glances down at his wound, but it is not the leg which pains me. We have lost too many to Raedric's defenses. This is why I would turn to you now for assistance. Okay, well, thank you for the warning. I can handle the threat on my own. Then perhaps you will fare better than we have. The man's expression grows somber. Listen, there is not much time, and if you would hazard your life for curiosity, perhaps you will do the same for a nobler purpose. Too long has Gilded Vale suffered under Raedric's madness. He would cure Waidwen's legacy by ensuring that none are alive left in the village to be afflicted. I fear his own wife, Ygritte, may be at risk. The man has no mercy in him. I would face him myself, and put a blade through his rotten heart. But our last attempt proved costly, and Lord Raedric has called for reinforcements. Our time grows short, and such times I must beg assistance where I can. I go now to gather what allies I have. Brave the keep if you dare. See Raedric into his grave, and Gilded Vale will count you as its savior. The man bows again. May the gods guide your arm. Thanks, man. Like, we have healing magic. We could probably fix that leg for you, and then you could fight with us, but again, we're going to go with video game logic and lack thereof. It's probably fine. Alright, we have a spiderling that sees us and is hopefully going to die without much fanfare. Okay, well, we got one dead.
Yes?
Can we do it again without aggroing something larger?
Walloping!
I mean, that's the dream, right? Oh, the doggo is going crazy. As I'm sure you all can hear in the background, Dogbert is not happy. Or maybe she is, I don't know. Alright, so we knocked him on his butt. I'm about to die, which is bad. I was unaware that that thing was going to do that much damage to
How
me.
may I help?
Surprise. Well, my transformation did not do much. I'm not going to lie. It was quite unfortunate there. It's okay, though. I'm just going to get right back up. It's no big deal. It felt like taking a dirt nap, apparently.
Hmm?
So the other two were spiderlings. That one was a spider. I should have noticed.
I shall.
I didn't. Bad Bumpy is bad. It's fine. Alright, what do we have here? A ram horned hell. Oh, that's cool. I think I'm going to throw that on our boy here. If I hit the right button. Let's go here to this. And throw that here. And then close that and put that on your head. Yeah! It's my boy right there.
Hmm?
Okay, so there we go. We got something out of all that. And we have more wicks coming. Looks like another large quantity of these guys. So let's go ahead and throw some hate onto you. And I think I'm just going to go into crazy mode and just kill fools. Did you not cast your spell? Fairly certain I said to cast your spell. Alright, you can cancel the spell now, buddy. Like, you never got it. You never finished the spell cast, so. Sorry, let's see here. What are they? Oh, vessel flesh. Yummy, more of that. I hear vessel flesh sandwiches are quite good. I'm doubting it, but maybe. Maybe they're good. Alright, let's take a look at our map. How far have we... we've covered a fair amount of area. I think this is just a dead end up here, right? It does appear to be the case. I don't know that we can necessarily do other things. Let's head down this way. Warding symbols as red and rough as scabs have been carved into some of the trees. Okay. These carvings glisten with fresh sap. Okay, I guess we can come over here. We got some golden celery. This looks dangerous. We're going to do a quick save, and I think in the next episode we'll go up the little ramp here and see what's there. Hopefully nothing that murders us, but probably something that murders us. Anyway, we're going to continue on in the next episode. Until then, my name's Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you so much for stopping by the Freak Show, and I will see you later.